All right, folks, so it's the end of week 2 of block 3, and we're still rehabilitating the tendon. The belt squats are definitely helping, and what I'm doing in the AM really helps with the terminal knee extensions, really getting the knee flexing, doing like a lot of tempo squats, whether it's goblet or under the barbell. All of this, collectively is helping the tendon. I will say I do feel it at times during bench press when you're trying to reinforce with that leg drive. One thing I will also note is stress. I've noticed a lot of stress lifted off of me, and I've noticed the pain in the tendon has kind of dissipated. So I want to address to those who are watching this video that sometimes it's not necessarily the stress that you may be putting on as far as physical in your lifts. It can also be from stress in your everyday life, whether it be work or at home or traffic, whatever may be stressing you out. That can also play a heavy factor as to what's causing pain within your body. I'm talking way too much. I'm gonna cut myself off. Let's get to it. Whenever I'm dragging in the warm-up or waking up for my deadlift, it's typically when I go for the grip and rip sessions. So it's equal 50-50. There's 50% of the time that I can do my full setup, which I prefer when the weight is extremely heavy, 87%, 90%. When it's something like this, I like to just grip and rip, snap into it, kind of wake you up, kind of jolt you. So that just feels better overall when I'm kind of dragging. So when I go for that and I end up doing that, it's like a part of me that's just pushing myself out the plane. There's one side of you that's kind of dragging along. The other side of you just goes, boom, get in there. That's when I do that. Now, if I walk through that door mentally feeling 100% fully engaged, then I'll, come up, be able to hit my full setup, and then proceed with the lift. But sometimes when I do that, there's other parts of my body that will kind of hurt. I'll overcompensate for, to where it becomes more dramatic and more of a problem than an actual solution. So then the grip and rip will be the alternative. So just to clear that up. All right, folks, so real quick, going over the end of this week. The mental is a little foggy as far as wanting to execute heavy weight. So whenever you come to this stage of lifting, you always have to try to remind yourself that you're healing, you're rehabbing, you're making the smart move. Patience. Sometimes you get a little sidetracked, and just because you're not moving numbers that you consider heavy, you feel like you're not doing anything when you actually don't see the work that's actually being done. So I always try to remind myself that I'm doing what needs to be done. And as long as you're doing what needs to be done, it'll lead to what you want done. And most of the time, you say, oh man, I want to hit these big numbers. That's great and everything, but if you don't take care of yourself, you'll never get to those numbers. So you have to take care of yourself. And sometimes it leads and it requires you to do the boring stuff. But that'll do it for this week. I'm thankful. I appreciate the support from you guys. I'll see you in the next one. If you're new to the gym or you're thinking of starting a fitness journey, visit teleportstrength.com. Get signed up today. You'll be able to find your purpose.
Teleport Strength. Before you know it, you'll be there.
What do you have to lose?